Hi guys, a lot of people have been asking me what I've been doing to farm currency in PoE. I've been farming Expedition Illyria Thane. I think it's really good. Uh, for Watstones, I'm using increased quantity of vendor refresh currencies dropped by monsters in the areas. What this does, it basically increases the chance by 20% of dropping. It increases the stack size of this by 20% and and they sell for around 6 chaos in bulk, 58 for 10, so 5.8 kills each. And these ones usually sell for like 4.5 in bulk. I was selling them for 4.5 yesterday. Yeah, so it's a lot of money. And if you have 4 of these Watstones, at the moment they're somewhat expensive. They're probably like a 2x each. But basically, if you divide them all to 20, and you also have the Atlas passive here that gives 25% increased effect of Watstones, you pretty much double the amount of those currencies that you drop. And you can drop even like 10 to 15 in one map if you get lucky. And if you do the chain of explosion correctly. For the Atlas passives, I'm using all of the expedition nodes. They increase the quantity of logbooks. They increase the number of runic monsters. They increase the radius of the explosion, and the number of explosives that you can place. It's really good. And the second one, I'm just using the invasion boss with exotic goods just to drop some extra loot every map. You don't have to use this. Another really good one is Inside Job with Secret Stash. It increases the amount of iced contracts and blueprints that you drop, and they sell for a lot. I was selling Perception, I think, for like 9 chaos each. There's like one that is 9 chaos and another contract is like 4 or 5 chaos. And you drop so many of them. Even if you don't have this, you just drop them by just mapping. I had like half a quad tab full of contracts the other day. And your goal is to just run as many maps as you can and just use an expedition scarab every map. If you want, you can do the league mechanic. It's a lot of quantity and a lot of mobs, but you don't have to. You can either go for as many maps per hour as you can, or if you want, you can. If you're struggling with map sustain, you can also use the Carto Scarab. It increases the number of maps, but I haven't had problems. I've been selling so many maps. So basically, you just want to run as many maps as possible. I'm gonna show you here a map and how I place the explosive in the map and stuff. If you want, you can sextant. I was using the cheap sextants and I'm selling the expensive ones just to add some mobs on the map. And in the middle Atlas passives, I go for close allies to get some extra missions. You don't have to use this, but it's pretty nice. The most important one is this one, increase the effect of Watson modifiers. And I really like Remnants of the Past and the Neural Pathways because it drops so many Shipper and the Elder and the synthesized maps, and some of the synthesized maps sell for like 60 chaos. If you drop a Cortex, it's like 2 exalts. And since your goal is to do as many maps per hour as you can, it's really good to take this because you're gonna kill the boss of the map. And since you're farming in a high tier map because you want the item level of the logbooks to be high, you also are going to take Cyrus if you want, because once every, I don't know, like 30 maps or something, you get to do a Cyrus. And if you get the increased chance of Awakened Gem support, Awakened Gem, you pretty much every 2 Cyrus you drop an Awakened Gem pretty much. And some of them go for like a lot. On average, I was making 2 to 3x profit every Cyrus I was doing yesterday. I've been doing it on stream. I'm gonna show you a map. You're gonna full clear it, but I'm just gonna rush to the expedition to show you how I place them and give you like an idea of the drops. Okay, we got Tujen. Tujen is really good. Your goal here is to just get as many remnants as possible this year. And if you can, try to get increased quantity or increased quantity of logbooks is the best one if you can. And after you give as much quantity and quantity of logbooks, quantity of dropped items and stuff to your mobs, you want to get as many runic monsters as possible. The runic monsters are these big skulls here. So remnants, number 1 priority, to give as much quantity to your mobs as possible. And second priority is these big skulls here. These big skulls, the remnants are the runic monsters are the ones that are going to drop the logbooks. So basically, these are the map mods, and this is the pack size. You want both to drop a lot of logbooks. And the maximum I had was 4 logbook in a map. You're usually gonna drop like 0 or 1 per map. So as you can see, I'm trying to get as many remnants and as many runic monsters as possible in one explosion. If you can, try to get everything. Like here, I'm getting 1 and 1. I'm going here because I'm too far, I can't. But yeah, the explosion is not perfect this time, but I pretty much got everything. I got most of the things. I'm gonna show you like an example of a map, how much you're gonna drop. Okay, this is already 16 chaos. Those 4 coins paid for the scarab alone. So my investment in this map was around 8 chaos because I used 1 rusted scarab, and just those 4 coins paid for the map. I dropped the logbooks, that is around 50 chaos. How you price your logbooks is oh, I'm dying. If you okay, I dropped 2 logbooks. I didn't even plan this. I literally just ran the map. I didn't even plan this, and I just dropped 2 logbooks. So I'm died, but yeah, I don't have bleed removal because I have all damage and utility flasks. As you can see, this was like just rusted. You can go for gilded and just invest 15 kills per map. I got the loot anyway. But yeah, basically, if we price this, I'll show you in 1 second. Black Scythe on TFT sell for like 50 kills each. I got this one is another Black Scythe. You can also split them and make an extra profit because they're not split, not corrupted. Make sure that if you find a remnant that corrupts the items, try to like go around it maybe, because sometimes you drop corrupted logbooks and you lose some money. You're not always gonna drop this. Sometimes you drop 0, sometimes you drop 1. But let's say I sell all of this, right? This is 4.5 times 8. That's 36 chaos, I think. 4.5 times 8. That's 36. And let's say I sell this for 100 because they're true and they're 50 chaos each. 136 chaos. And let's say the scarabs are like 8 chaos each. I paid for 17 maps in one map. Even if you get unlucky 16 times in a row, which you won't, because on average I drop like 1 every 2 or 3 maps, 1 logbook every 2 or 3 maps, you're gonna make so much profit. And Black Scythe sell really easily for 50 chaos. I sold so many on stream. I've been doing this like for 3 days. I got a headhunter in 3 days of streaming. I would say the average profit per hour is around 4x, maybe a little bit more. You probably want to interact with the NPCs. You want to use dannig, and when you use dannig, you want to buy the exotic coinage and all the logbooks that you can. Look how much currency I have here. If you want, you can buy these if you're using common and lesser to just do some extra stuff. Don't spend the greater and the grand on bad reroll currencies. You can buy extra galleys and scrap metal if you want, if you use the common and lesser. Never use grand and greater on these because they're really cheap. Only use these 2 currencies on exotic coinage and the logbooks. So let's keep until I get a logbook. Logbooks are actually pretty common here as well. You usually get one like every, I don't know, 5 rerolls. And this is another Black Scythe, another 50 chaos. You can also sell the burial medallions for 5-6 chaos if you want. On GWENNEN, I'm using regex to highlight all the leather belts. I can leave this in the description of the video if you want. Basically, you're going to get all the leather belts, Ezomite daggers, prophecy wands. You can get void batteries like this. You can get Rizlathas from this. You can get headhunter. You can try to get mage's blood from this. It's really RNG. I didn't get much from GWENNEN, but it's like something extra that you can just do on the downtime. All of these currencies cheap. Even Astragalis are really cheap. But yeah, you can do this on like downtime. Tujen is always good for profit. Look how much currency I got here. You can just reroll and make sure that you only save the Greater Black Scythe and the Grand Black Scythe on like currency that is worth something. Like probably if you get like a 5-10 KO stack or some exalt shards, some exalts. You can use your lesser and common currency freely, because worst case you can just go to dannig and convert it and get more, because look how many I got. But yeah, on Rogue, I'll show you some sales that I got. I've been trying to craft claws. I sold this claw for 5x, just high flat with crit and attack speed. And I sold this other claw with triple T1 prefix flat for 12x. It didn't have life gain on it on the prefix, so it sold for a little bit less than if it was an Imperial claw, it would sell for so much more. But yeah, basically, Rogue has a chance of upgrading all of the mods on an item to T1 or like increasing the level over time. So like this, I try to get flat on the prefixes and then I do upgrade and try to upgrade to max tier. I just got T1 cold, as you can see. If I get another upgrades, I get a high lightning, and basically you just try to get them to get a lot of high elemental DPS. You can get some good amulets, some good rings for pretty easy. You can get a few X gloves like this, for example. If you augment prefix and you get life on this, you can probably sell it because it has... Oh, sorry, never mind. It has full prefixes. If you reforce prefixes and you get life and maybe you augment a suffix and you get some other res, you can probably make like, I don't know, 1x on these if you get lucky. But yeah, there's like so many items you can craft. Boots are also really good. Try to go for 30 move speed, life, and res. Amulets, just try to go for life, elemental damage with attacks. Crim multi are really good mods. And if you go for bows, try to reroll until you get a +1 arrow, and then try to upgrade it to +2. Make sure that when you do it on bows, they're level 86, because if they're not level 86, they can't roll the 2 arrows. And yeah, just make sure you read what Rogue does, and there's so many good ways that you can make money. For now, I only sold some claws, a bow. I probably made like 25-30x on Rogue, but it's like some free currency that you just do on your downtime when you're like in AFK in your hideout and you're trading and stuff. You can just do some Rogue on the downtime, and you can just make money on the NPCs. You don't have to talk to them to make profit, but it's really good if you actually like invest the time into doing them. You can just do more logbooks per hour and just sell them to people that want to run logbooks. That's pretty much everything for the video, I think. I'm gonna show again my watchstones. Increase quantity of vendor refresh currencies for the exotic coins and the burial medallions. You basically double your drop chance of those. I mean, not the drop chance, the stack size. With the 6 of stones and 4 watchstones, you want all of the expedition points, and the middle Atlas passives are really nice if you want to go for Cyrus or like more map drops from bosses. These like some nice income over time. Yeah, I've been doing it for like 3 days, and I made like a headhunter. Yesterday I made a +1 Void Fletcher. The build feels really good. And the mobs can be a little strong in maps. Make sure that you don't make them immune or like you give them too much elemental defense, because they can go to like 90% max res with like block chance, and then they become nearly unkillable. Make sure you don't pick the remnants that completely break your build, but still you want to get as many as you can so that you get as much logbooks and reroll currency as possible. That's pretty much it. If I forgot something, let me know in the comments. I'll answer the comments. See you in the next video. Bye.